Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the Discraft Great Lakes Open presented by Barbasol and Grip 6 Belts. It is our first playoff of the year. This is round 2 of 4. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hotkeys.
Honk.
Honk.
Cookie, cheers. I really want to eat it, but you probably don't want to hear me eat it. Okay, we are watching Scoggins shred the front 9, bogey-free, 3 down, I believe. Cat Mertsch hanging in there. Lykke and Juliana falling down a little bit. Lykke into 8th, Juliana into 13th. I think the back 9 is harder, but there's still plenty of birdies. And if you can get your pars and get a couple birdies, you can move way up the leaderboard.
It's so weird, too, playing a 4-round event with no cut because you're like, okay, you know, you just messed up a bunch of holes in the row. Like, look at Lykke, 3 over on the front 9. But it's like, you got to buckle up now because you still have 2.5 more rounds that you really need to hold on.
Yeah, no, like, getting reckless to make the cut. Like, you need to conserve.
No crazies here. Hole 10, 507 feet, an uphill tee shot, but not as steeply uphill as we've seen in the past. Still feels pretty insane, though. But you don't have to bite off that much in order to get your second shot. It's more about placement. Being center cut or to the left by that big tree is A-okay. You just don't want to be right behind it because it can make the third shot impossible. You just have to play for par at that point. No out of bounds anywhere on this fairway. Yay.
Trying to bite off a good bit. Do you know what I'm biting off?
Oh my gosh.
Right now?
No.
Just eating this cookie as quietly as possible.
I don't think tuck too much around that tree, especially with her flex game. She'll be fine. Probably going to somehow throw a backhand flex. Cat.
Huge distance.
Yeah, I think she's far enough under that tree as well where she won't have to worry about those very low-hanging branches.
It's nice, too, because it's a little flatter up there. There's like 3 flat-ish spots on this hill, you know, before you get to the actual top of it. Juliana not finding the flat, but she's way up there. Another star turn. She's so good with those. Lykke with a D4 little flex line. Also a good shot.
It's so weird not to have any wind on this hole because when my card came through, there's like a little sticky tree right with the tee pad that it blew so hard that the tree bent over and touched the tee pad.
Cool.
It was crazy.
Really good hamstring flexibility. Going forehand flex, so you were wrong.
Dang.
Because literally whatever you guess, she's gonna do the opposite.
Always guessing.
Man, looking just so clean out here. So good. That's a great looking shot from Lykke as well.
Yeah, Lykke, I think I mentioned last time she was on lead card, she had a wrist injury earlier this year and wasn't able to throw sidearms at all, so it's great to see her back at top form.
Juliana trying to make the backhand work and doing an amazing job of it. Wow. Backhand definitely the harder of the 2 shots to get up there, but she's kind of a pro.
Yeah, especially with that
Kind
low
of a
ceiling.
legend.
Yeah, she's done it once or twice. This is the 3rd easiest hole of the day, and our lead card showing us why. Scrambling from everywhere to circle 1.
Cat with the farthest look for her birdie. Cashes it.
50% of the field getting to circle 1, 70 getting to circle 2, and 40% of competitors getting that birdie.
Looking like our first star frame in a minute, I think. Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, let's get some money to Kids Disc Golf Edge. And now up the big hill.
I wish there was actual music because mine sounded very Blues Clues.
It could be both.
You're right.
Ella and Olin not backing down, continuing their solid play.
Hole 11, downhill, par 3, 442 feet. It is reachable. You see a lot of forehand flex shots. We're playing to the short pin, all 4 rounds, not the long pin. You can make the backhand work. You really just need to hit the first gap, which tends to be the right side, and just try to get in the short grass. I tried the forehand today.
How'd it go?
Just okay. I parred it.
Yeah, I like it. It sets up for this little flex like we see Owen doing.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, man, why am I throwing a backhand?
It's just, you really have to be just a master of angles to get it through that gap and get it to carry without dumping right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of a wind today that you could feel right to left, but once you got down in the flat, you didn't feel it at all. So you're just probably thinking about it unnecessarily.
Yeah, sounds like it. Check out this backhand from Cat Mertsch.
Whoa.
That was a Halo Hawkeye. She's going to have a putt. She went a little deep. It's so hard to do. She hugged those right side trees perfectly.
This is one of the holes where, even though at 442 downhill and a very difficult angle, a lot of people you'd think would maybe play for par here, but no, everyone is going to attack as hard as they can here. It's within reach for everyone in the field, and I just don't foresee really anyone trying to play safe necessarily here.
I think there's a few that do, but the majority are definitely trying to get at least a circle 2 look. Like, the backhand to me is kind of a concession, because you're probably going to push 2 straight or 2 left and maybe land in circle 2. Just depends on your angles.
I think the flex sidearm is a better play here than the hyzer, although that was getting a nice little flip. But I think you just need to carry deep before you start going right.
Yeah, and it sucks right here. Or does it? I mean, it does. That was just a great shot. Great scramble shot from Lykke. Juliana trying to find a little gap through the trees, gets caught up.
So right after I say that no one's going to like concede this one, or like most people are going to go for it, only one person got to circle 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's another crazy. One of those classic, you're happy with a circle 2 look.
And 2 players getting to circle 2. Man, that blows my mind. Stats just blew it.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, this is definitely more on the bonus side of things.
I don't know why I thought that just a lot of people were getting there. I don't know why I thought that.
It's cool. Everyone can.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
do they?
Highly technical.
I did not realize that cat went in the bush past the basket.
Right? Yeah, super deep.
Wow. Giving herself so many looks today, not quite capitalizing on the green as much as she'd like. Lykke with a really awesome scramble for par.
No kidding.
There were no birdies on the day today. And I think we'll see some in the coming days. Yesterday we had 5.
Wow. Yeah, that wind just messing with peeps.
No, it was messing with my mind, for sure.
Wow. It's like the flattest putt. So much spin.
Hole 12, we went downhill now, just straight back up, 267 feet. No out of bounds on this one, just low-hanging tree branches that can very easily swat your disc down and cause a rollaway. You want to get as far as you can, but you don't really have to bite off that much because it says 267, but I swear it plays more like over 400. There was a pretty ripping headwind at the basket as well, just pushing discs down and backwards and not allowing them to get all the way up to the green. So main thing here is just do not turn something over right early. That is the hardest place to scramble from. One with a little bit of a finger problem. She's been complaining about that for a couple weeks now. Throwing those max weight destroyers over and over again. We don't have a pitch count. We just have to keep on doing it. And it wears on you. Cat early left, and that's the way to error if you're going to.
Yeah, she dropped pretty straight down. Should be able to scramble.
Lykke throwing the flex shot, that's what's going to get you there, but it's also can get you into that right side treble, but it looks like she's went far enough.
Yeah, there's actually some gaps over there for like a cheeky little circle 2 run. That looks great.
Oh, angle master. Way up there. 3 people got to circle 1.
Did anyone get there yesterday to circle 1?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was like 7% or something.
Yeah, 2 people I think. Only 9% got to circle 1, 35 to circle 2. So pretty insane difference just between those 2 30 feet little rings.
Great upshot from Lucky.
Wow. No.
Cat giving it a run. She rolls, but stays pretty close.
Drawing metal on these hill holes is scary.
Yeah.
You can see Juliana just throwing it at the ground.
Cat with one little branch in her way.
And so much wind.
Yeah.
Right to left cross.
Cool.
I think it helped. There were 2 birdies today. I watched Holland Hanley get all the way up to almost pin high. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. She made about a 20-footer. Missy Gannon also getting the 2.
Nice.
Big distance, Missy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She really is.
Par feels great on this one. Kind of check this box off as long as you don't bogey.
Hole 13, downhill, par 4, 526 feet. So fun. I like the forehand. Backhand can work as well. You want to try to land at the mouth of this gap. It's totally possible to get all the way through for an eagle bid, just pretty unlikely and difficult. I would say if you're going to make a mistake being kind of in that the tallest tree in frame, like the closest one, if you hit that tree, you can usually still get your birdie. If you go way too far right, there's a couple gaps, but they're tough. And if you go really far left, it can get really weird.
Oh, no. Throwing a backhand here?
Oh,
Come
I
on,
know, right?
dude.
Like, come on.
Like, no one does this.
Ellen Widboom threw a backhand here, too. And I was like, what are you doing? You're the what?
Forehand
the rest
queen?
of us threw forehand.
Yeah.
And hers was great.
And I mean, that does put you right lined up with the gap, and
It
you're
does.
playing for birdie here.
It does.
God owns a smart player. Smart lady.
Classic mistake on the sidearm from Cat Mertsch here. There's a couple gaps through there.
We'll see if she's far enough right to find him. I feel like you have to be a little more right, but
Right? Like, if you mess up, you really want to mess up.
Yeah.
You want to mess
We
up
wanna
just a little
shank.
bit. Yeah. Lucky is showing us the turnover backhand, and this is gonna hyzer out towards the crowd here.
uh-oh. And it is rough over there.
That's a much worse place to be than right side, where Cat is.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the backhand.
Same.
Unless you do what Own did and throw it like over to the right and let it hyzer back. The turnover backhand is so technical and hard.
Let's see if Juliana can lace it. I like how low it is.
Yeah, nice nose down angle.
And it's
fine.
okay
It's fine.
over there.
Yeah. She doesn't love it.
I mean, it's not
it sets
great.
up for a sidearm approach in reality. And so
Yeah.
Juliana, with her technical backhand game, this is going to be a tough shot.
You can see there are some gaps in there that are just teeny.
Wow.
Oh my.
It's so good. She's not impressed.
Okay, well, she should be. That was sweet.
She's like, this is just a normal day for me.
Wow.
God, that was so
It
good.
was really good. Owen actually has like an amazing, easy hyzer look at this. Like, too easy.
She's really just dumbing down the hole.
I feel like she's smarting up the hole.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. It's totally the
I
same.
think, doesn't it mean the same thing? Weird.
I mean, smarting up is not a real thing.
Yes.
Okay. Cat with a little window here sneaks through nicely.
Wow. Cute.
Cute. The cutest.
This played as the second easiest hole of the day, with 65% of the field getting a birdie.
We have played this same hole as a par 3 classic tweener hole.
Lucky looking for a little gap.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. She's within range.
Yeah.
Looks like a
impressive
branch.
that she just got out of there
Yeah,
with
branch.
a roller.
A branch kind of. I don't know if that was on purpose, but a branch kind of maybe kicked it up. But who knows? Maybe she was trying to throw a roller.
We're here now. It's
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Well,
Fantastic.
there's a bunch of different ways to get there.
Yeah, no, she needs to protect those birdies, man. That was crazy. Juliana comes up short on her birdie bid.
Cat with the cutest birdie.
Too cute. Juliana carding the only par on our lead card. Own still leading the way bogey free. Cat having her own really good round at 4 down.
Yeah.
But just like can't catch Own, man.
Bogey free out here in the wind today is so impressive. The flat hole. hole 14, 550 feet. Once you get out of that initial gap, no worries besides the out of bounds all the way down the right and left side. We had a pretty sustained tail kind of right to left crosswind today.
Right to left as you got closer to the pin.
Yeah, and you weren't really thinking about it off the tee pad, just trying to get something far and inbounds. There's a short pad that we've played from in years prior. If you can land around there, it's pretty no nonsense from there.
I like the flex towards out of bounds that fades.
Agreed.
If you throw kind of what Own just did and you get a little too much hyzer angle on it, you can find that OB surprisingly easily on the left.
Yeah, it does set up really nicely for the second shot, though, throwing at out of bounds instead of over it.
Yeah, that's true. Like, this is probably fine, but getting a little close. Oh, she's out, actually.
Yeah, tickles a stake.
Not cute.
This
is the play I like.
Me too. Lucky throwing towards that out of bounds, right at the crowd, making everyone go.
And getting just short of that short pad. It's a solid shot. Lucky threw her D1 there.
Juliana with a fancy flex.
The wind really took that. I mean, it's good, but kind of a strange turn and then some elevator action. Own going forehand right at the out of bounds. Classic. Watch it be parked.
Would you expect anything less?
No, I don't know why I can't predict at this point. Like, what seems crazy and counterintuitive, but also somehow smart?
Juliana with like a very scary shot here, right up the OB line. It's not the one I would want to be left with, and she throws a kind of a turning shot.
Yeah, she really rode that line.
Yep.
She'll have a putt just outside the circle. I like the backhand here, just kind of throwing it towards the right side OB just a little and then fading in. That's looking good.
Oh, yeah. Skeeters into circle one.
Skeeters.
Mm-hmm.
Cat throwing 3. Going slow speed disc.
Uh-oh.
Not stable enough.
Oh,
my
goodness.
A little too straight. This putt to save bogey. Cat about 40 feet.
Oh, it can happen on any hole. Snake bite.
Yeah, this is a brutal one.
Yeah.
Like, this one does not feel great to par. It's only 550. It's flat. There's not that much danger.
Yeah, 40% taking a birdie, 40 taking a par. Only 20 taking a bogey or worse. Ooh. Oh.
Lucky and Juliana unable to convert here. Own moves to 6 down.
Yep.
Okay.
The old ching.
Everyone do it at home. Solid little par putt from Lucky. But yeah, this is one where you're like, ugh, par. And Cat Mertsch probably, I don't know. Cat Mertsch has like a very interesting brain. I have no idea what she's thinking. I'm not even going to try. She's probably singing some kind of song in there.
It works for her. She's probably the most hype she's ever been right now. She's like, oh, double bogey? Time to level up.
Ella Hansen also at 6 down through 14. Cat Mertsch moving down to a tie for third with Holland Hanley. Hole 15, par 4, 567 feet. You see a lot of sidearms just past that tree we just passed to the top of this hill. Second shot, super technical. No out of bounds, but a lot of thick rough. You need to throw down a hill and then straight back up it. So it's fairly level overall. I'd say, I guess it's probably downhill a little bit.
Yeah.
That shot is so hard to control your nose angle and make sure you go straight instead of left or right.
Owen's going to be a little early, but thankfully she kicks right out into the fairway. She can still save a par from there, but birdie would be almost impossible.
Yeah, she can get to the bottom of the hill from there, though. This was a pretty screaming headwind, at least for us. Yeah. I remember because the forehands were flipping and the backhand felt kind of risky.
I do like that play, though. You do have to push a little bit straighter in order to set yourself up on the fairway.
This is a really cool play. The gap is narrow, but for this wind, I actually think that's a great choice.
That hyzer angle should treat Cat well.
Looks great.
I know.
Still good.
That's center tree. There's one tree on the property that I have my eye on.
Mine's that one on 7. I was pinned up against it. Whoa, I'm going huge flex over the left side. Nice. Mm-hmm. Cool shot. I think at one point the left side played OB, like when you were last year. I don't remember if the right ever has. I actually really like this hole as it is now.
Yeah.
It's very fair but difficult, but gettable.
Because that rough is so brutal, you really want to stay out of there. You're thinking about it like OB.
Juliana, gonna have a tough time saving par from over there. That's where you want your drive to land.
Lykke forced to do a reverse patent pending out, but she's got plenty of space to just put something in the middle and recover the par. Wow.
Awesome. Really great power from that standstill.
Love that.
Ooh, friendly little roll.
Right where those spectators are on the path, there's a secondary fairway to the left that you can take as well.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Don't go.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't call it a fairway from what I know of it.
No, it's not good, trust me. Ooh.
Juliana with a star turn, trying to salvage the par here. Looks great.
Wow.
Beyond great.
Giving herself a putt.
So hard to do.
Yeah, that's such a technical shot.
This looks solid from Cat, too.
You can see Cat doing the same thing that Juliana did, putting that nose down so that the disc doesn't have room to peter out to the left or right.
With a relatively flat shot, actually.
Bullseye.
Super nice. Great scramble. It's crazy. Like, all of Owen's mistakes are still pars.
Yeah. Like they're not.
She's looking so chill, and
she's so good at breaking down these holes into just a gettable par. So if she even errors just a tiny bit, it's like, okay.
Sit down.
And think about, I mean, her approach game, it doesn't really matter where she is. If she's inside of 250, she's in the bullseye. So it's like she can kind of rely on not having to try to get close.
She definitely has one of the best upshot games and the best putts. Like, she's just freaking deadly overall.
Yep. Short game, queen.
Yes, Cat. Bouncing back from that double bogey.
Deuces. 18% of the field getting this birdie. That's higher than I would have guessed. That's awesome.
It's doable. 2 phenomenal shots, though. Juliana carding a bogey there. Lykke and Owen with pars, and Cat with a highlight birdie. Could hear that one.
I told you after that double, she's like, time to move on to the next round.
You're right, and right back down to 3 under par. Ella Hansen 7 down through 16. Wow.
Oh, hole 16.
Let's just cut this one out.
Yeah.
Here. We don't need to watch it.
Okay, it's 400 feet. It's an island that you have to throw 330 to get to. Actually, maybe a little less than that, 320. But it's a very narrow gap. It's very far away, and this green has been this week notoriously windy. So you can't throw the disc that you were working on in practice. Hyzer flipping into the gap can be tough because of this right to left crosswind. You just got to kind of hammer something stable or overstable at this gap and let it carry straight forever. Cat early.
I don't know. That's a real gap.
It is a real gap.
I do think, yeah, she's probably early. She's short regardless.
Also, she does play that flippy game, so that she could have been looking for that to flip up.
Yeah, I actually think that might be the better gap as the island play. Like before it was an island, I liked the right side, but the right side's a little narrower.
Own finding somehow a flex line high.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, right by the drop zone.
Yeah, so she does have the option to take it from where it went out or the drop zone, but it looks like about the same thing. Wow.
Oh.
Pretty flip up.
Wow.
Wow. Lucky throwing a D1 Air Spectrum. That was the best drive I've seen. Well, besides Ella's, I guess.
And I want to try that line so bad.
So bad.
I want to try it so bad.
Oh, you want to try? Okay.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah, cool shot. That's what I'm saying. I think that's, with a high-speed disc, I think that this is the line to get there. This is Juliana's star turn.
Settle.
Yes.
Nice little tree branch.
Awesome.
Wow. This plate is the third most difficult hole of the day.
It was the hardest yesterday, right?
Yep.
This is a super risky putt. So easy to just blast right by it, OB. Guess what happened to me today?
Especially with the right to left wind.
Cat in. Oh, man. Banned again.
She wants it. Looks like 18% of the field made it on the island today.
Nice. Great improvement. I got to give a shout out to Ellen Widboom, who made this drop zone putt for 3. It was sick.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Linear or like a little floaty one?
It was like low right. I don't think it hit a single chain, actually.
That's what you need.
It's awesome.
Juliana with one of only 5 birdies today.
Awesome.
That one feels good.
And taking 2 strokes on most of the field with that.
Wow, 2 birdies on that one card. I feel like that's probably rare.
Yeah.
Valerie Mandujano, Jessica Weiss, and Hannah Wynn also got 2s. Big ups.
Own and Cat taking the bogey. 2 or 4. Wow. A lot of action there.
That's the exact feeling.
Yeah. Yes, this is. No. Yes, this is.
Yay. Ella and Holland scooting up into solo second and third.
Hole 17, par 5, 755 feet, OB stake line left. You want to throw something to the corner. You don't have to get too crazy. Then you want to throw to the secondary corner, and then up the hill. It's quite a bit of elevation gain at the end. If you throw 2 really good shots, it's usually just like a mid-range up to the pin, but if you're a little short, sometimes you see some really aggressive driver shots from a little farther back.
It's kind of nice, though, because it does set up to be able to do that. Mistakes are obviously the shul all the way down the right side and the OB line, but once you get by the pin, if you go deep of that little secondary corner that Erika mentioned, it is so hard.
It's awful. So I believe for me, this was like a right to left.
Yeah.
Crosswind,
right
which
to left.
Is horrible, pushing you right out of bounds.
It was bizarre because it was straight head from the tee. It felt like a head, but then it looked like a right to left from the bushes. But then if you looked on the left fairway, it was a straight left to right. So very confusing.
Okay, so no one knows what's happening. Mm-mm. Juliana barely finds the OB. Lucky was OB, I think probably earlier than Juliana is.
It doesn't really look windy here right now.
Yeah.
So weird.
Maybe it's not. Although, I don't know. I think Juliana and Lucky both, like, they just really went hard left.
Yeah.
Look at this enormous shot. That's my preferred line. Right at the bush, fade right before it. Sets her up really nicely to pursue the birdie.
Own doing that as well. Keeping it low enough where she's not worried about the OB line.
That's awesome.
They made that tee shot look so easy.
Yeah, that shot is harder than it looks.
Everyone on my card struggled with it today. The wind was just insane.
Yeah. Lucky just trying to get this to that second corner, but OB again. Oof.
She crossed, right?
I
she
think
did.
so. There's a couple, at least one spotter up there. Juliana definitely able to save par if she just lays this one up to the corner. That's too far right. That could be pitch out territory. It's pretty dense in there. If she...
Yeah, I don't know if she was trying to go for that left fairway or if she was trying to get it to Heiser before. It looked like an in-between.
Before. It's so scary to deal with that OB. Like what Own is doing feels so risky, but it's so pretty and perfect.
And very worth it because that third shot is a lot simpler now.
Okay. Is Kat trying to eagle this or like, this is just an intense looking run up? Intense looking run up.
Yep.
Sweet shot though.
Yeah, what a nice flex. That's great.
I like how low she kept it.
And that's a really funky run up too. She made that look very easy and coordinated. Lucky's fifth shot, trying to get up to the green and save single bogey. Yeah.
Great shot. Single bogey with 2 OBs would be pretty nuts, actually.
Yeah.
It's a hard hole. Juliana having to pitch out, it looks like. We'll see if she can get to the corner at least to make her next shot easier. It's a good out.
Yeah.
And a grunt to challenge Madison Walker's best ones.
I'm really, really proud of that grunt. Own flexing one up to the top of the hill.
Yo.
Great speed control. It does drop off behind the basket. Not as steep as you think, but there is rollaway potential if you come in super hot.
Juliana's fifth. It's like a putter. Probably a JK AVR.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the best place to land to not have any sort of risky putt. Kat's third up the hill. Probably trying to throw it in.
Yeah, maybe. Leaves it a little short, but probably 20 feet or so. It's fine. There's some wind. Lucky trying to get this in for bogey.
Sails it over the top of the basket. We'll see what she has to work with coming back. Kat for birdie.
Solid.
Karate kick follow through. 25% of the field taking birdie on this one. And 44 taking bogey or worse.
Ouch.
Lots of doubles on this one. It can spiral so fast.
Lucky just clearing the rim on her comebacker. Double bogey there.
Had both birdies on 16, went doubles on 17. That's brutal.
Yeah, and both bogeys went birdies.
Whoa. The old flip-flop.
Own 6 down. Kat Mertsch hanging on to that 3 down round. Lucky 2 over. Juliana 6 over. Ella Hansen in the clubhouse at a 6 down.
So far, the hot round of the day. Hole 18, what a finishing hole. This tee shot in and of itself is so tough. The OB is very tight and it's very uphill. You want to get up there though, but just depends on how far, on whether or not you want to play this one for birdie or not. It's 500 feet uphill, so it takes 2 screamer shots. I like to play this one for par personally, but
yeah,
it is gettable.
It feels so risky to even a risky tee shot. It's still a risky second shot to play for the birdie.
And regardless of how far you get up there, generally your second shot is going to be blind to the basket. There's OB just all the way down the fairway. The only place there's no OB is deep of the basket.
I wish my sidearm shaped up well for this hole because I think it is the play. It's just way steeper than it looks.
Yep.
And that tree on the left is kind of in my head every time I try this.
Yeah, it's. I think sidearm's definitely the play, but it's really, really tough to get distance without flexing something.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's why that tree's in my head, because like I want to flex it.
Lucky not trying to bite off a whole lot. I'm excited to watch how the rest of her hole plays out, because I think that's the play here. Even if you don't have a huge sidearm, to just chip something up.
I like the flippy backhand. Just throwing it straight and short of the OB, just like that.
You got to keep it low, because it's so crazy how quick you can find that left side
Totally.
OB.
You really have to keep it super low.
I bumped off a steak today.
Oh my gosh. And you were barely in yesterday.
Yep. Lucky throwing a nice big shot,
That's
forehand shot up to the
sweet.
flat, though.
Should be an easy par.
Yeah, just a chip. She's probably around 100 feet away.
This is a scary backhand.
Mm-hmm. That tree, the big tree that you can see, that lines the OB deep. This is a really great marker tree, although look how close it is to that out of bounds line.
You're basically
right.
just trying to throw in between the one Juliana just hit and that big one that Madison mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And not Heiser. Skippy.
Skippy.
Cat pushing that OB line deep. No.
Oh, don't clap. She won't. She won't know.
Confusing. Oh, no, so far up here.
Wow, she really is. Like she. Wow, that's cool. You know what you might as well do when you're leading the tournament? Park the last hole.
Yeah, birdie, one of the hardest holes on the course. God, she just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, her only bogey being 16, which is like, whatever. It's gonna happen. What a great round. Assuming she makes that putt, that's back-to-back 7 down rounds. Unreal.
Lucky breaking down the hole masterfully.
Lucky really just a couple mistakes away from a solid round.
She's playing the way that you're supposed to play this course.
Yep.
And just didn't quite go in her favor today. Juliana dealing with a gust of wind here.
Spins it up there perfectly for a par.
I love that little Annie approach from Juliana.
Me too. She gets so much spin on it. Own Scoggins. Birdie. Why not? Just why not?
Back-to-back 7s. Get out of town. That's so
get
impressive.
out of here. Let some of us do better than you.
Show off.
No, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really impressive to watch her master that flex line angle so well and really navigate it through some pretty narrow tunnels and up and down some hills. I mean, these type of steep hills, there's not something that we see year round.
Especially with wind we saw today, too.
Guess max weight destroyers are the way to go in the wind.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
And for any shot, really. Owen Scoggins 7 down. Ella Hansen and Holland Hanley both shooting 6 down. They're going to jump into second, third place respectively. Kat Mertsch hanging on with her 2 down round to the 4th spot on the leaderboard.
Yeah, if we see her make some more putts tomorrow, she could have a fire round any day. Look at Maria Oliva, speaking of fire round. Valerie Mandujano, 3 under par. Everyone else really struggling to stay around even, and most of the field finding their way over par today. The course surprisingly statistically did not play as hard as it did yesterday, but man, it sure felt like it. We got 2 more rounds. We're halfway. Still lots of room to work. It's like playing a full tournament. It's crazy.
Weird.
So thanks for hanging out with us on round 2. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Oh, I missed it.